American and Iraqi forces are moving deeper into Fallujah this morning, despite intense gunfire from insurgents currently holding the city. Retired Army Colonel Mitch Mitchell is a CBS News military analyst. Colonel Mitchell, good morning.
Good morning, Renee.
And give me your assessment of the last 24 hours or so, what you've seen.
Well, I think our troops, both the Army and the Marines, have had great success. They've been able to move across the east-west highway, as reported on an earlier piece on your show, and that means that they've accomplished their first day's objective and then some. Even though some of them feel they're moving a bit cautiously, it looks like success, but not without stiff pockets of resistance.
And you mentioned moving cautiously. That's something they certainly have to do, given the reports of booby-trapped buildings, car bombs, and the like. How concerned are you about that something like that could take out large numbers of troops at one time?
They're not going to take out large numbers of troops because of the way they deploy in urban fighting. They're going to be spread out, so large numbers will not mass anywhere where they'd be subjected to an attack like that. However, the individual casualties could mount up if we run into a lot of booby traps and mines and the improvised explosive devices. And of course, there's always the snipers. When you fight in urban terrain, you have a different way of looking at three dimensions. You look up, down, sideways, every which way, because the enemy could be anywhere.
Colonel Mitchell, a colonel on the ground there was quoted as saying, "They will win if it's bloody. We will win if we minimize casualties." Does that change the way soldiers fight this battle as they go door to door and street by street?
Not when they're facing the insurgent fighters or the foreign fighters, but when they're dealing with the about 50,000 civilians that they have in the town right there, yes, that makes a big difference. We can't get the people involved in this battle any more than absolutely necessary, and they're all around us. And so the rules of engagement are so difficult for our forces, and I think they're doing an excellent job. But the people of Fallujah need to understand that if they are in harm's way, they are subject to being shot because we're going after the enemy.
How long do you think it'll take before U.S. forces have firm control of Fallujah?
I'd say it's still going to be less than a week before we've accomplished the objectives in there, but that doesn't mean there aren't going to be some pockets of resistance that will stay alive for at least another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But in a week, we'll have done the majority of the work. And
is it a chance in the last 15 seconds that resistance will just fade away, as some people have said?
Well, some of that's already occurring. Some people are not going to stand and fight to the death, and they're going to live to fight another day, and that's a big concern for us. But I think those who stand to fight are going to die in place.
Colonel Mitch Mitchell, as always, we thank you for your time this morning and your assessment. Thanks.